Robert Greenberg?
Yes, just a minute, George.
It's the regulator, George!
Can we all just take a second? What is going on? Like, how did we get here? Who does this? Like, who thinks about doing this? Hello and welcome. My name is Nick Flip. I'm a composer and a vocalist, and we are looking at Sunday in the Park with George, part number 6. Now, a little bit about me. I've been teaching music for going on 11 years now. I do private and group instruction, and I've worked with pre-K. I work with a lot of pre-K all the way up till 12 right now. Actually, I work with older students, clients as well. So we go all the way up. I think my oldest client was 68. So if you want to beat that record, by the way, let me know. All right, we are entering part number 6, and we are entering past intermission. I've never seen any of this. I left halfway through the musical because I was uncultured, and I also was not deeply interested in musicals, and I knew nothing about Sondheim. But now we are actually exploring musicals a lot, and we are learning the ins and outs of the works from the composers. So pretty cool stuff so far. Really enjoying the show. So let's get into it. This is part number 6. Here we go. Ooh. Okay, Act 2. So we start off with the art. The art is finished, I think, is what happened at the end there. George seemed proud of it, although he didn't really strike me as happy throughout that entire ending. I thought that was super well done, by the way. Okay, that's where we're starting from. So cool. Just so cool. It's literally painting.
It's hot up here. It's hot and it's monotonous.
This is the first piece, I believe.
I want my glasses.
George did take those.
This is not my good profile.
Nobody can even see my profile.
Little
I
laugh
hate
line
this
there.
Dress.
The soldiers have forgotten us. The boatman schwitzes.
I am completely out of proportion.
These helmets weigh a lot on us.
This tree is blocking my view. I can't see anything.
Why are they complaining? It could have been raining.
I hate these people.
It's hot up here, a lot up here. It's hot up here, forever. A lot of fun. It's not up here. It's hot up here, no matter what. There's not a breath of air up here, and they're up here forever. It's not my fault. I got up here. I got up here. I am so hot up here.
Darling, don't clutch mother's hand quite so tightly. Thank you.
It's hot up here.
At least you have a parasol.
Well, look who's talking, sitting in the shade.
I trust my cigar is not bothering you. Unfortunately, it never goes out. You have excellent concentration.
It's good to be together again.
Little laugh line
I
there
told you they
again.
were odd.
Slow, he took my glasses.
You've been eating something sticky.
I put on rouge today,
Would
too.
you ever take a bath?
Send me my pen.
Elisa Pratt is with her mother.
I heard that.
Do you like tall grass?
Watch your animals.
I hate these people. It's hot up here.
Okay. This is just like a lot. I mean, this is so meta when you think about the purpose of this. It's sort of to show that George thinks about his work properly. This is what I'm expecting this is about. Like the why of this. This is what's happening in the painting. So there's like a lot of discomfort, obviously. If you were, it's kind of like a meta feeling of what it would be like to be in a painting. And this would probably be what people feel as though, like a lot of discomfort of sitting in one pose, not really fourth wall breaking, but in itself it is fourth wall breaking in the musical though, so it's not actually a fourth wall break. This is the musical version of a fourth wall break, but not to the audience, kind of to the writer. Does that make sense? To me it's very meta feeling, and I'm just wondering the purpose. And for me, it feels as though it's within, again, George's mind. He's thinking about the art. It's cool. I like it. It's funny. It's mostly funny. It's like a nice way to start the show.
Do you like tall grass?
Watch out, animals.
I hate these people that
Hot up here.
Good to show personalities again.
Don't
Strange.
change up here forever. But still it is
Staccato.
hot it is.
Separated.
And God, it is so hot.
I like the one in the light hat.
Hello, George. I do not wish to be remembered like this, George. With them, George. My ham, George. 3 inches off the ground, and then this monkey and these people, George. They'll argue till they fade and whisper things and grunt. But thank you for the shade and putting me in front. Yes, thank you, George, for that. And for the hat.
It's hot up here. It's hot and it's monotonous.
I
Monotonous.
want my glasses.
This is not my good
I
profile.
hate this dress. It's hot up here.
The soldiers have forgotten us.
It's hot and it's monotonous.
Well, my glasses.
It's good to be together again.
Don't like tall grass?
And furthermore, when you're fading, you're very degrading. God, I am so hot. Well, there are worse things than sweating by a river on a Sunday. There are worse things than sweating by a river.
And you're sweating in a picture that was painted by a genius. And you know that you're immortal.
And you'll always be remembered.
Even if they never see you, you're listening to drivel.
And you're part of your companion.
And your glasses even so.
And you're born beyond endurance.
And the baby has no diapers.
I'm not.
You are out of all proportion.
And I hate being people.
Never get a breeze up here, and she's up here forever. You cannot run amok up here. You're stuck up here in this gavotte.
Respect it don't make sense up
Oh my
here.
gosh.
It's tense up here forever. The outward show of bliss up here is disappearing dot by dot. And it's hot.
Sorry, the AI thing. I don't know if it's remastered or AI remastered. But it has like that weird singing beforehand sometimes. Anyway, purpose. It's hard to find purpose in this right now. But let's see. I think this is about to establish it. Very good song.
It is hard to believe.
Yes.
It seems like only yesterday we were posing for him.
We never.
Wait, 31?
And it's hot. Appearing dot by dot. The show of bliss up here is disappearing dot by dot.
Okay. But what's the 31? Let's see.
31.
It is hard to believe.
Yes.
It seems like only yesterday we were posing for him.
We never posed for him.
We certainly did. We are in a painting.
Well, it isn't just that he asked us to do
Just
it.
keep quiet.
Jeez! He's angry.
I hardly knew the man. I would spend my Sundays here and I would see him sketching, so I was surprised when he stopped showing up. Of course, I didn't notice right away, but one day I realized something was different. Like a flash of light right through me, the way that man would stare at you when he sketched. I knew he was no longer.
So George, is this 31 years later? Is that what that 31 was? Because it didn't. Maybe I missed when it said 31. So is this what the show does next? That it is the painting? What? What? Are you kidding me?
I'm going to be a painter when I grow up.
If you live,
Mostly.
keep your mouth shut.
It is my mouth and I'll do as I please.
Quiet. George
Sense.
was a gentleman
Soft-spoken.
Was.
and a far superior artist to Monsieur.
He had beautiful eyes.
Yeah. Beautiful eyes.
Yeah. Well, eyes that captured beauty.
Yeah. He chose his subjects well.
I was in Charleston when I heard. At first, I was surprised by the news, almost relieved.
Charleston. So yeah, time has
Perhaps
passed.
I knew this is how it would end. Perhaps we both knew.
A parent wants to die first. But George was always
happened to him?
off and running, and I was never able to keep up with him.
No one knew he was ill until the very last days. I offered to care for him, but he would let no one near. Not even her.
George had great promise as a painter. It really is a shame his career was ended so abruptly.
So I don't know the facts of the actual painter George, but it couldn't have been too long after, like, what we saw, because the mother was probably not in the best state, but she said that he went first, so that must have been pretty recent.
He had an unusual flair for color and light, and his work was not as mechanical as some have suggested. I liked George. He was dedicated to his work, seldom did anything but work, and I am proud to have counted him among my friends.
What a guy.
George stopped
I want him at
once
my wedding.
in the park. It was the only time I had ever spoken to him outside the company of Jules. He stared at my jacket for a few moments, then muttered something about beautiful colors and just walked on. I rather fancied George. Well, most of the women did.
They all wanted him and hated him at the same time. They wanted to be painted, splashed on some fancy salon wall.
Is this
But
true?
they hated him, too. Hated him because he only spoke when he absolutely had to. Most of all, they hated him because they knew he would always be around.
Jeez. It's kind of like, you know, in your like hometown or whatever, there's like, you know, you get to know the people. At least if you're like from my generation and before it. You know, all you newcomers to the world, you don't know what it's like to be around people. No, I'm joking. But yeah, you start to like learn who's around in your town, and you start to develop people you like and people you don't like, you know. At least if you work at your neighborhood grocery market, you understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, because you get to know everyone real quick. I get this. Oof. Okay, relax. I should lower it. It's really loud in my ear. This is called a cluster. And a cluster is when you have a grouping of notes that are designed to be played together. And that doesn't mean that it's going to be harmonious. It's going to be what's called dissonant. So for instance, like these are harmonious notes. This is a little bit dissonant. And this is really dissonant. We're kind of approaching the third one, where it's like, where a lot of notes are clustering together and making some really, really heavy dissonance. The Twilight Zone. A lot of synth. Youch.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 1983, I was commissioned by this museum to create an art piece commemorating Georges Seurat's painting, A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte. My latest chromalume stands before you now, the seventh in a continuing series.
Did he shave?
Because I have a special association to this painting, the museum director, Robert Greenberg, suggested I assemble a short presentation to precede the activation of my latest invention. I have brought my grandmother along to give me a hand, my grandmother Marie.
I was born in Paris, France.
Oh, that's George's kid. That's George's kid. Oh, that is clever. Wow, this is way too real. In fact, it almost seems like it might be, in a way, real. Like this happened, in a way. Like this is like the part of the Titanic when they're like, well, at the end, I loved him. I don't know. I forget all the words. I've seen like 100 times. Man, this is like weird. So now he's like an inventor.
I was born in Paris, France, 98 years ago.
She's the witch again.
My grandson, George.
I was born in Lodi, New Jersey, 32 years ago.
Little New Jersey accent.
My mother was
where's the
married
accent?
to Louis, a baker.
It's not even the son. It's the grandson? Yeah.
They left France when I was an infant to travel to Charleston, South Carolina.
Georges Seurat.
Who?
Born December 2nd, 1859.
It was through his mother that the future artist was introduced to the lower-class Parisian parks. Seurat received a classical training at the Beaux-Arts.
I know that.
Like his
Beaux-Arts.
father, he was not an easy man to know.
He lived in an age when science was gaining influence over romantic principles.
He worked very hard.
His first painting at the age of 24, Bathing at Asnières, was rejected by the Salon, but was shown by the group of independent artists.
They hung it over the refreshment stand. Wasn't that awful?
On Ascension Day, 1884, he began to work on his second major painting, a Sunday afternoon on the island of La Grande Jatte. He was to work 2 years on this painting.
He always knew where he was going before he picked up a paintbrush.
He denied conventional perspective and conventional space.
He was unconventional in his lifestyle as well. So was I. You know, I was a Floridora girl for a short
Marie.
time. And I left Charleston, and before I was
Marie.
married to my first husband.
The film is
What I love is that she finished the sentence, but rushed it out. I mean, if you tell someone to stop talking, that's like perfect. They generally don't stop talking. They generally just want to finish what they're gonna say. Like it's like talking to it like an older person. That's what they do. But also children, they do the same thing. It's like no, we gotta sit down right now. And I went to the store now. I picked up a new kidney for my okay. That was so. She just became 100 years old. I don't know how she's so good at acting, but
So was I. You know, I was a Floridora girl for a short
Marie.
time. And I left Charleston,
Marie.
and before I was
Marie.
married to my first husband.
film is running.
Oh,
sorry. It's perfectly done. That's why I'm laughing,
they
not
hung
because of
it
the
over
situation.
the refreshment stand.
It's perfectly done.
Having studied scientific findings on color, he developed a new style of painting. He found by painting tiny particles color next to color that at a certain
Oh, is this
distance
color
the eye
theory?
would fuse the specks optically, giving them greater intensity than any mixed pigments. He wanted to paint with color.
He wanted to paint with colored lights.
Beams of colored light, he hoped.
It was shown at the 8th and last Impressionist exhibition.
Monet, Renoir, and Sisley withdrew their submissions because of his painting.
They
Wow.
placed it in a small room off to the side of the main hall, too dark for the painting to truly be seen.
The painting was ridiculed by most, but there were also a handful of believers in his work.
He went on to paint 6 more major paintings before his sudden death at the age of 31.
Oh, he was 31. Oh, comments. Don't, just delete it. Delete it. 31 he died. Oh, well, I'm a little older than that. I'm like 100 years older than that, actually, so my time's coming. Well, that's sad. It's just like really I just feel like I entered a museum. Like it's an actual museum right now. If you've ever done like an exhibit at a museum, it sounds just like this. But it's if you've ever done one too, where it's presented by like a family member, where it's like an exhibit that's like new. This was that. This is.
He never sold.
Is this even acting at this point?
In his lifetime.
On this occasion, I present my latest chromolume.
Number 7.
Which pays homage to Legrand Jacques and to my grandmother Marie. The score for this presentation has been composed by Naomi Eisen.
Ooh, is that the...
George begins to activate...
No, don't read that part, Grandma.
Don't read this?
Oh, that's him. This is why there's synths, because it's like 80s. Time has passed. So spacey, so space. This is too loud. Whoa!
Shit. Robert Greenberg?
Yes, just a minute, George.
It's the regulator, George.
Can we all just take a second? What is going on? Like, how did we get here? Who does this? Like, who thinks about doing this? If I'm ever writing a musical, I'm not like, you know what we should do? We should tell the story, this amazing story of Sunday in the Park and painting and blah, blah, blah. And then what we'll do is we'll tell that story again with more detail later on in their great grandson's life and make it an exhibit. Like, what? My goodness, I just wasn't prepared for this. I was expecting some... So, the thing about Sondheim, and well, it's the librettist too, I guess, is you can't expect anything. Because, like, for Into the Woods, I never expected that. For Sweeney Todd, I never expected that. And if you know, you know. I guess I never expected this. And I thought I was trying to expect things. Nope.
My apologies.
Act 2s are always weird.
For precise synchronization of all the visual elements, I have installed a new state-of-the-art Japanese microcomputer, which controls the voltage regulator. I think that the surge from the musical equipment has created an electrical short, and unfortunately, no electricity, no art.
As
if
we
you
all
just
know.
give us a moment, we can bypass the regulator, and then we'll be back in business. All right? One second. Don't pull it over. Don't do anything.
Okay. All right.
I'm very sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We seem to be having a little electrical difficulty.
There's no juice.
You must realize this is the first time we've had a collaboration like this at the museum, and it's offered some extraordinary challenges to us here. Now, I do hope to see all of you at the reception and dinner following this presentation. It will be right down the hall in the main gallery where the painting hangs. And we have a very special treat for you.
Uh-huh.
As I am sure you have noticed, in order to raise additional funds, we have chosen to sell the air rights to the museum. And some of the 27 flights of condominiums which stand above us now will be open for your inspection after dinner. You may even wish to become one of our permanent neighbors.
Okay, we're ready
In
to
any
go,
case,
Bob. Bob. Ready to go.
Oh, well,
You hear me now?
proceed.
Who writes this? Who writes this? What? What is going on? This is a musical? Who writes that? Like, actually, like the script. 27 area. Okay. All right, I got my lines. I'm ready to go. Send me out.
Bob.
Make it as awkward as you can.
Ready to go.
Oh, well,
You hear me now?
proceed.
But make it realistically awkward is the goal. It has to be realistic. It's not supposed to be like character-y.
Grandma, continue.
It's supposed to be real.
When I was young, Mother loved telling me tales of her life in France. and of her work as an artist model.
Her mother showed her this great painting and pointed to this woman and said that it was she.
And she pointed to a couple in the back. They were holding an infant child. And she said, that was me.
Shortly before my great-grandmother's death, she spoke of her association with the artist of this painting. She told Marie that Seurat was her real father.
I was shocked.
My parents never believed this story. After all, there was no proof.
My mother gave me this small red notebook.
Marie?
Oh, George, I wanted to bring the book and show it. In the back are notes about his great-grandfather, the artist.
Actually, this book is really just a grammar book in the handwriting of a child. And though there are notes in the back which mention George, they could be referring to anyone.
But they do not.
I do not know that there is any validity to this
Of
story.
course there is validity. He has to have everything spelled out for you.
The facts are sketchy and the tales are many. I would now like to invite you into my Sunday Island of Light. It will be on exhibition here in the upstairs gallery until November 30th.
Light theory meets color theory. Are we about to do like a laser show? So 80s. So 80s, or late 70s. I would say more than 80s. We are doing a light show right now. I missed Act 2 by leaving early. I wonder what this one would look like. This seems like... What? Okay. Sorry, it's so weird. This is so weird. What do you... Okay, what do you guys like more, Act 1 or Act 2? Tell me in the comments. It's too real. It's too real.
I can't say that I understand what that light machine has to do with this painting.
Darling, it's a theme and variation.
Oh, theme and variation.
Times change so quickly.
Oh, Lord knows.
That's the challenge of our work. You never know what movement is going to hit next, which artist to embrace.
I thought it went very well, except for that electrical screw-up. What did you guys think?
Terrible.
Terrific. I mean, I don't understand completely.
I'm not surprised.
But he combines all these different trends.
I'm not
You
surprised.
can't divide our today into categories neatly.
Huh?
What matters is the means, not the end.
I'm not surprised. That is
I love
the
that.
state of the art, my dear. That is the state of the art.
It's not enough knowing good from rotten.
You're telling me.
When something new pops up every day.
You're telling me.
It's only new, though, for now.
Nouveau.
But yesterday's forgotten.
And tomorrow is already passé.
There's no surprise.
That is the state of the art, my friend. That is the state of the art.
He's an original.
Was.
I like the images.
Some.
Come on, you had your moment. Now it's George's turn.
It's George's turn. I wasn't talking turns. I'm talking art. But is it really new? His own collaborator.
Oh, yes.
It's all promotion, but then that is the state of the art, isn't it?
Whoa.
Art isn't easy.
Even when you've amassed it,
Fighting for prizes.
No one can be an oracle.
Art isn't easy.
Suddenly, you're past it.
Compromises.
and then when it's allegorical.
Art isn't easy. Art isn't easy.
That's true.
When you look at it.
Here's George now. Hello, George.
What's up? It's interesting to note that because this is happening what seems like to be in the later 70s, they said 81, this is the start of the postmodern movement, I believe. And you might be thinking, well, what's the difference between the modern movement and the postmodern movement? That's a good question. The modern movement was sort of taking the ideas of the Romantic era and trying to do stuff that's new. And they would come up, like, for instance, in music, that was like serialism and music that was different. They tried to do music that was different. Same with art. They tried to do art that was different feeling. And it was a separation from the previous, which was a romantic but organized way of art, where the modern movement was a way to create art in what felt like an unorganized way, which is interesting. And the postmodern movement is almost like, how can we take that and make even that more unorganized and more, not, I would say generative, but I think that might be a good word for it. How do we take what is already a deconstructed version of art and make it even more deconstructed? So, and in music, like, I've heard some crazy sounding stuff where it, like, even in the modern age of music, postmodern music, it's like, some of it's like, whoa, that's music? Are we still looking at music here? And yeah, and some could say the same about modern music, which is why, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of discussions about the state of music, and a lot of conversations in the state of art as well, because art and music are very, very similar in terms of like the purpose and why we're creating it. So for them to say this is the state of art, they're kind of like cynical in saying it in that way. And I think this is a very interesting view on the state. This is at the emerging state of postmodernism. So to be honest, it's very this is a deep, convoluted conversation, and in 200 years they will describe these probably in different terms. We call them modern, the modern, and the postmodern. But when modern becomes a different word later on in life, I'm sure they're gonna this was not called the 1750 to 1825 was not called the classical age at the time. It was modern. So I think all these terms and stuff and these definitions and these years are going to actually change later on. It's just an interesting thing to think about, is that we think we understand things and we think we are the current state of art, but it's going to change. Everything's going to change. What's it called now with camp, like the camp style that currently is popular, is camp style of art. It will not be popular in a certain amount of time. This is how art works. So which camp is something I mean, I understand it very well, but I just can't get myself to like it. So if you understand what I'm talking about, it's a deep conversation. And to be honest, it bores a lot of people. But if you're interested in talking about it, let me know. Let's hear about it in the comments, and please educate me, because I'm not super into dates and times and whatnot, but it is very interesting to me. All of it is super interesting to me, especially people that are passionate about it. I love talking to people like that. Okay, that's gonna be the video. I'm trying to wrap it up quick. That's why I'm talking fast. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you making it to the end. You did it, and this is crazy. This is the most meta musical I've ever seen, and falsettos felt very meta to me, because it was like, wow, this became so real so fast. But this is like the most real thing I ever. It's literally real. Like, I could see this happening to me. Okay, that's it. Catch you guys. Bye. And a huge thank you to all of my patrons. All of you make this possible. I appreciate all the support.